Hey homies, welcome back. Today we're going to work on a card using some Hero Arts goodies. These were from the September 2024 card kit box. So I want to use this little stamp set because I want to use the kitty cat. And then we're going to try out the layering stencil. This is a really cool stencil. It makes a haunted house scene. Look at that. Look at it. And I thought maybe I could pull in a little fence piece from the other set and do a fence across and then the kitty cat in front of the fence. Let's get going. Okay, I'm going to work on some Simon Hurley Stark White cardstock. This shows you kind of how the layering goes. The nice thing about Hero Art stencils is that they have these little registration holes in the corners. So your first one is the big background, and I'm going to do that in Vintage Photo. And I'm not going to use Blender tools. I'm going to use blender brushes just because I think it'll go a little better for me. Some people do better the other way. This is how I do better. So we're going to start with this Vintage Photo, which y'all know is my favorite brown in all the land. I love it. I adore it. And then we're just going to blend this whole first stencil here. Sam's in here with me, so if you hear any grumbling, that's my little old man. It's tough to be an old man. I'm going to go in with just a little ground espresso before I do the water. And I'm going to use ground espresso for the detail part too. Okay, let me go get some water. Let's just give a little stress water love here. All right, let's continue on with number 2. Tuck that right up in the corner. And let's go over the outline part, the detail part. Oh, look at that. That is pretty awesome. Okay, so now we've got the first, oh, look at how that masks that off. Lovely. The first layer for background color. I'm going to start with chipped sapphire. Go over this. I'm going to move into some Uncharted Mariner. And I'm not changing my brush either. I'm just going to let it blend on there. And then move on to the most wonderful purple, Dusty Concord. All right, I'm going to do the water on this top part again. Kind of the sky. And then I'm going to go dry it and I'll be right back. Okay, let's put this stencil back in place. Not that one. The correct one. And I've got some Distress Spray Stain and some mica stain. This is Uncharted Mariner, so we're going to use it over the middle part. Empty tomb. Remember, you always ring your bell, don't shake up and down. And then last but not least, a little Hocus Pocus. Okay, I'm gonna go clean up this mess, get this dry, and we'll be back for the final layer and then see if we want to do any tweaks. That's looking pretty cool. Okay, so we've got our last layer here. And this does extra dark. So I think I'm going to use the ground espresso, but I may end up with going to a darker brown, but we'll see. Now, you know, I do think I want a darker brown or a black. I think I'm going to do a little black soot. Now, I don't have this in distress, so I'm just going to use the archival. It might give a little different look, but I think it'll be okay. Oh. Oh, look at that. That turned out really, really well. All right. I'm going to let that dry a little bit before I try to run it through the die cutter. Put these inks away and get set up to finish the rest of the card. Okay, so I've got some white paper. This is Nina Solar White. And the other stamp set that came in the kit. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use that fence or that fence. And this stamp set that came in the kit. And we're going to use the kitty cat because he's cute. So let's get to stamping. I think I want to emboss maybe. I'm going to stamp with Raven Detail ink from Brutus Monroe and emboss the fence just with clear and the kitty with the black Ranger Black Sparkle. So we're going to powder this paper up because that black sparkle gets everywhere and will ruin your life. And then clear powder. My embossing powders are 99% Ranger just because I'm a Ranger loving girl. There we go. And now we'll do the kitty. And then again, Raven Detail ink. All right, and then black powder. Black sparkle powder. It's going to be a sparkly kitty. Look at that pretty kitty. Well, those turned out nicely. Now, because this is going to go over the stenciled card and the background in that area is mostly the purple, Dusty Concord, I'm going to ink over these so that all these open areas are, you know, it'll blend into the background a little bit. I actually took a black marker around the edges. I haven't felt like I needed to do that in a long time, but since he's solid black, I really thought it called for it. Okay, now how much of a crop do I want on this? I thought about doing it kind of off center. And I could have my little fence. That might be a little too small though, huh? Got this one. Oh. Ew. I don't know, maybe I do want it centered. If I go all the way to the full size, it would cover the whole card front. Yep, I think I'm gonna. All right, I'll get this cut and I'll return. All right, full card front. I'm gonna take the black marker around the edges again on this one. I'm gonna add this little fence. Probably right about there. Yeah. And the kitty right here. I think I'm gonna pop him up though. Hold him down to get him to grab. Now we need a sentiment. Let's see, the ones in the kitty set. I've got my eyes on you, I see you soon. But then we've also got Happy Halloween, which, you know, makes me happy. So I think we're going to use Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Again, going to stamp with the Raven Detail ink and emboss it with the sparkle. So let's powder up this here paper. Well, that turned out well. I'm going to position it over here to the left. And I'm going to use a little white gel pen in the kitty's eyes. Okay, and then for no naked insides, I have some purple cardstock, and I'm going to stamp the kitty down the corner. And there we go. That's my finished card. I think this turned out super, super cute. That stencil turned out far nicer than I expected it to. I was pretty happy. So we used the Hero Arts September 2024 card kit, stamps and dies. So we used a couple of stamps out of this set. We used the kitty, and then we used the layering stencil for the haunted house. Hope you enjoyed this card project. I think it turned out super cute. Have a lovely day. Remember, be excellent to each other. Oh, and happy Halloween.